Life in this sprawling shanty town revolves around water. These labyrinthine waterways and houses on stilts at the edge of the Nigerian capital, Lagos, are what some 300,000 people call home. Founded as a tiny fishing settlement by West African migrants 200 years ago, this slum on water has since grown into 6 districts. To city officials, the settlement is an eyesore, undermining Lagos's image as Africa's economic powerhouse. But to the people who live here, it's a dynamic community, a place of hopes and dreams, life and death. This is Makoko on Water. Dying is seen as cause for celebration in Makoko. Death comes loaded with ritual and superstition in this religious community. Many people here believe that the spirit of the dead will either reward or punish them, depending on how the funeral rites are performed. This funeral is being held for a well-liked local father of 2 who succumbed to an illness recently. Here is his surviving daughter, Sarah.
But ọjọ́ tá fi ń gbé wọn kiri yẹn, a gbé wọn kiri nítorí pé ọjọ́ yẹn ni last day tá máa wà pẹ̀lú wọn ní ilé ayé, bá ṣe jó, bá káàkiri, inú wa dùn ní pé daddy wo kúkú ìyà wọn ò jẹ́ ṣẹ̀ sí torí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹlòmíì ló ti dúró. Mo feel pé ìgbà tí a ti ẹ̀dẹ́ ìlú ta fẹ́ bury wọn tí wọ́n kàn wulẹ̀. Mo wá rò pé kò sáwáyé má lọ́nà wọn, àmọ́ ṣé ìgbà tájọ máa ń sùn ni àbí ìgbà tájọ máa ń jẹun ni àbí ìgbà tí àti ẹ̀jọ máa ń dámọ̀ràn nínú ilé ni bí pé kó lé ọmọ mi kọ́mọ mi náà lè ká máa ṣeré. Mo tún wá rò pé ṣé mi ní ẹni bá ṣeré mọ́ mi tiẹ̀ ní ẹni pín pé bàbá mi ò ebi wọn pa mí o bàbá mi kan báyìí nù torí dáàdì mi wà jovial gan máa ń bá ọmọ ṣeré àmọ́ ọjọ́ tó fẹ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀ yìí mo ronú mo sunkún ojúlóhùn rán mi iṣẹ́ afẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run fẹ́ jù wá lọ. Ìkọ́ tá mọ̀ pé a lè ṣe fún láyé náà ni pé ká daṣọ àṣírí bò ọ̀kan náà ni. Kò sáwáyé má lọ Ọlọ́run ló fún ọ Ọlọ́run náà ló jẹ́ gbà kò síyàn tó di kò síyàn tó wálé ayé tí kò ní kú. Ṣàwá ti gbà ń pé àkọsílẹ̀ ni àkọsílẹ̀ tí ẹ̀dá bá jẹ́ ti kọ.
This is Stephen Adji, an Igan leader. He is one of Makoko's 13 Bale, or chieftains. The Bale command significant respect in Makoko. Much of Stephen's time is spent resolving disputes between communities. Makoko is diverse and communal tensions often flare.
Ipa ni pé Bale ta jẹ́ àwa fún bóyá wàhálà bá fẹ́ ṣẹlẹ̀ àbí àwọn kan bá fẹ́ jà a máa fẹ́ sọ pé kí peace wà kọ́tà wà fún ìlú ẹni ìlú ló máa ń yànyàn ìgbà tí àwọn ìlú pé pọ̀ wọ́n dẹ̀ dá Ifá rẹ̀ gbà mí ìyẹn náà fi mí jẹ Baálẹ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ system Baálẹ̀ ni pé ìgbà tí a bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń jẹ baálẹ̀ èmi ni àkọ́kọ́ tí community mi gbẹ́wẹ̀ ládùúgbò mi tán yàn lẹ́yìn tèmi wọ́n tún yàn baálẹ̀ mi ní àdògbò bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ títí lọ kan wàyà lọ. àwa la máa ń pẹja ẹja ní business wa gidi ní Makoko. ní bá fẹ́ sọ ni pé èmi sẹ̀ wọ́n bí èmi síbí ni nǹkan tí mo gbọ́ lọ́dọ̀ àwọn bàbá wa Makoko jẹ́ ẹja true ẹja èèyàn pò ní Ogun State èèyàn pò ní Badagry gbogbo ìjòfin ibi bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ àwọn ìbú tó torí ẹja yẹn la máa ń pa à ń pa díẹ̀ bọ̀ títí àwádé Èkó lọ ìlú bìrì náà pè bẹ́ẹ̀ ìbẹ̀ ní àwọn grandfather wa kò fi dé Makoko ọtí kò sí èèyàn kankan Makoko ń gbà yẹn àwọn koríko gbogbo ẹ̀ ló wà níbí ọtí ká ní láti Church Street lọ́hùn kọjá iléjú àlọ́hùn la wà tẹ́lẹ̀ torí ẹja yẹn náà tí tó bá ń di òkè à ń súnmọ́ omi títí la fi wá dàgbà báyìí bóyá jẹ́ nìyẹn.
Fishing is an important part of daily life here. Every day, fishermen prepare their nets and paddle rudimentary canoes down Makoko's narrow waterways and into the vast, murky waters of Lagos Lagoon. Fishing forms a point of local pride, one that additionally provides an economic lifeline to the people here. On a good day, these fishermen may catch 100 fish.
Ndo abedo lo de yan ko de lo da so ngwana tewe ga ndo lo bere lo nkwa lo chakri ga ndo abedo to titi na de we lo do abele no we lo ma dige drakle no we lo ma nya no we kle no wa o san do lo ya gawe o me lo de hunle ndo ya no we lo dra eje ekle onu e ga tropo damenye lo go acho me wa yi boje nbe we lojo asi we le yansa o tololo o tomo mi ipon ma uni dato edo de ma wa dato lo e da we de me o we ro o tolo le pon ji we ro mi mi do e jati go mi no we ma u gaga me jati go mi no we ma u gaga mo e lo mo o ko anya we do du eyi asikolo wa kun ma wo na we lo mi o ga ngo kro kwa lo wa so aworo ada ngo do ndo mo lo e ma mo de ya de lo ha no we de lo de mi ha no we lo ohun lo kun ya de mo ga lo mo lo yele wa do wo la lo e ne ma ji mele po no lo fun ada ndo be yi hi ho do ye to yi ndo be yi wi wa to e ndo mo lo de ma e ma ji lo fun to ne de o ti we lo ma do na worry what do say ba.
But these men cannot catch their fish without a boat. That is where these craftsmen come in.
Eno polomiga nimbe we chonton we mi o jete e bi oso megbe bi o yan lodo we fo tonu wole wo lo je lo ohun lo ran mi o no to no very tin be ro osun be dawo eyan so gbe da ma yin ni osun lo be dawo pipe dawo eyin be le bi wada we ado je de we wa je osun lo ando demi ne gbo me ro onu ti do demi atindo opun mi lo wa no jile.
These dugout canoes of varying lengths make life here possible. From a young age, Makoko's residents learn to pilot these unstable vessels. Used to visit family and friends, transport goods and attend school, and even to sleep in, these craft are emblematic of Makoko. These women are preparing eja panla, or catfish. It's grueling work, often amidst soaring temperatures and overwhelming humidity. Smoke drifts into eyes and becomes ingrained in skin. Calloused hands grasp at an endless stream of fish, sustaining cuts and burns in the process. Tired backs, meanwhile, strain under the weight of laden trays. They prepare hundreds of these fish daily, roasting each for around 3 hours. Makoko's residents then consume these for around 80 cents each. Meet Christiana Oke.
Emoya no wele huwelo ko mi o wi o nya ito. Mi bere wele yi kan to me to pra kon we mi abi to pra kan le po me. Ozolo do ya ko mi o be ozolo mi o pon ma se ajijodo. Family mi na dudu abi mi na dudu family no le o vi mi ton le nisule.
The waterways teem with activity, arteries that facilitate Makoko's bustling water-based economy. Almost all trade here is conducted on water. Merchants hawk their wares by boat, paddling throughout this community, seeking customers. Spices, dyes, cloth and candies, household staples such as rice and sugar. Much of it moves along these waterways, borne often by youth contributing to their family's welfare. But it is a precarious existence.
Lusan, pele ganha zé o piotão. Molosisa kweni diegbon lodo ale mo pele manolo ma alo ale mo environment lo jonana no molo dranu.
This is Lydia Shemede. She paddles these canals daily, selling cloth and other printed materials.
Lonu dra e ma fa wo bidole oyan zon bi o ma tin the environment mi no rara.
It can be difficult to convince potential customers.
Mele don do mi we ma jon no mo around lole ma jon but oloyin wan na do no tolo me pete gan lo do yan ko oloyin wan around lo. Lo sanu finfin le sen mo lo manu adrade lo do ho me lo bo bon le sa a klegen le galigen le lo sa. lo ni ne ba do ba e wa possible lo dura ton do to.
These businesses cater to most of Makoko's needs. Carpenters, tailors, electricians, they've all set up shop along these waterways. And little is left to go to waste, especially electronic components, which are reused over and again. Dreams do not come easily in Makoko. In many ways, it exists in its own isolated universe, distant from the outside world. In Makoko, one commodity is sought after more than any other: safe drinking water. The waterways are heavily polluted by raw sewage. Rubbish comes in tides, clogging these canals. For a community based on and around water, it is a glaring paradox and expensive. Each family here spends an estimated $30 a month on fresh water, says Gabrielle Oke.
Ebe dog beto pogo emeno lebolo omeno do awon eji do de lo tron de debo ni ego kuri o tele chogelo de pele chogele lo e do ranju egba tomelo jamile wana do egeji lo de mi egeji de o evun na do yan o le do jo sevun le do de le yan pe Enzo mi egun le mi o wana tolo mi no to do mi ano yi ono abi le be ya mi dem e be gade me lo no po bo mi dole bo ya de lo mi dole bo no po lo fli ni bele o me gule lo gba le yo zo me de ni we lo tron zo me bi esen zo lo mi mas há de cuidar do banho dela. Eu lhe não ia usar minha força, me dá que tinha muito.
Schools are a beacon of hope for the people here. A chance for a better life. Young Andrew dreams of bigger things, mostly a life beyond this slum, and he's doing all he can to make that happen.
Lókun pa lọ́zùn ẹ̀rọ agára lọ́la mọ́ change gbẹ̀lẹ̀ dẹ́lẹ̀ ọ̀sùn ìgọ́pánà gbọ́nú bẹ́lẹ̀ zọmọ. Ẹ̀rẹ́lì ló wọn lọ́zùn ẹ̀gá pọ̀lọ̀ fọ́zùmọ̀ wọ́n lè gan bẹ́ẹ̀ lẹ́sì àbí lọ́wọ́ zùn the bank lómi kọ́mẹ̀. Bí o tọ́jú rẹ̀ apáti ń gbòdò. Ibẹ̀ yìí, gàmọ́ mi lè do gàmọ́ mi lè do mi gbé mi náà gàbí ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀gbọ́n bó mi lè bo.
Andrew attends the Wanaina Nursery and Primary School, along with 200 other students. These students' days are filled with lessons in English and French, geometry and music. The demand for education is growing in Makoko, However, there are no state-funded schools on these waterways. The government considers the settlement to be illegal. For these students, the opportunity to attend school is a much-needed respite from an often difficult life. Additionally, they each get to broaden their social circles, engaging with other youth by singing songs and playing games.
Most of them don't hear English. They don't hear the language I'm speaking right now. Instead, call lọ síwájú, call lọ sí secondary school. Most of them, after they finish primary 6, most of them, they went to marry. Most of them, they different kind of things, but they don't further more. Tó bá ti ṣe tán báyìí, tó bá ti carry primary 6 tán báyìí, wọ́n máa lọ marry, àwọn obìnrin wọ́n máa lọ marry, àwọn ọkùnrin wọn dẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀, wọ́n máa pa ẹja. So that is one thing I know about them. You have to work very hard. Ẹ ní láti ṣiṣẹ́ kárakára. Tó yẹ lè ṣe láwọn kan tẹ́ pé wọ́n máa tẹja tó máa kiri lọ láti àárọ̀ from Monday to Sunday. Tó máa kiri lọ láti àárọ̀ títí di Sunday. Torí pé kí ni kò sí anybody tó ń feed àwọn gangan ló ń feed ara wọn. Torí ẹ̀ wọ́n máa ní láti wọ́n máa ń tẹja, àwọn tó máa tẹja máa tẹja, àwọn tó máa tẹdé máa tẹdé, àwọn tó máa takàn máa takàn.
Much education is supported by charitable organizations, but resources are scarce, and most of Makoko's children will never set foot in a classroom. Football is a global phenomenon. The youth of Makoko are certainly fans of the sport. But Makoko is not connected to Lagos's electrical grid. There's no electricity here. Many of these youth have never seen a televised game of football. But that doesn't stop them scurrying about on these makeshift football pitches.